everyone, it's Maki here. Do you know about the Zaku? It's a hugely popular mobile suit that appears in the Gundam series. In the original Gundam, it made its debut as an enemy mobile suit. Its distinctive design, known as the Mono Eye, also contributed to its widespread popularity. Zakus have appeared in later series as well, seeming to inherit the genes of the original. They even appear in Turn A Gundam, which depicts a world a long time after the battles of the original Gundam. And then, the Zaku also appeared in the Gundam Seed series. This time, I'll be analyzing the Zaku warrior that appeared in Gundam Seed Destiny. This model is not just inheriting the name and appearance of the Zaku. It also features the popular equipment change system from the Seed series. It's similar to the equipment used by the leading Gundams, like the Striker Pack and the Silhouette system. This system is called the Wizard system. For now, I'll focus on analyzing the Zaku warrior itself. We're planning to produce a special program about the Wizard system. Stay tuned for that. So, let's delve into the allure of the Zaku that emerged in the world of the Seed series. The Zaku warrior is a mobile suit modeled after the Zaku from the original Gundam series. Let's first analyze the origins of the Zaku warrior in the real world. The inception of the Zaku warrior was sparked by an order from Mr. Yasuo Miyakawa, a director at Bandai Namco. He made this request to Mr. Mitsuo Fukuda, the director of the Seed series. Please introduce a mobile suit that gains popularity, like the Zaku. How did Mr. Fukuda respond to this order? Exactly. He decided to introduce the Zaku itself into the Seed series. Mr. Fukuda thought, if Gundam types appear in every work, why not introduce the Zaku? This was indeed an interesting idea. There is no technical connection between different series Gundams. The Bully, 2 Buster Gundam and the Buster Gundam are completely unrelated. The Freedom Gundam and Gundam Freedom are also unrelated. For us viewers, it was quite natural to see different types of Gundams appear in various series. This approach was now applied using the Zaku. The design was entrusted to the veteran designer, Mr. Kunio Okawara. He is the designer of the original Gundam Zaku. In the real world, the original Gundam Zaku and the Zaku series from Seed were created by the same designer, making them siblings. Mr. Okawara gave the Zaku warrior some critical elements. In its design, it should look exactly like the original Gundam Zaku. But upon close inspection, it should be evident that it's not a Zaku. It should be designed as a machine technically connected to the Zeon. Let's take a closer look. First, there are differences in color and some small grooves, but the design is mostly the same. The addition of large thrusters and pipe-like parts indicates that it evolved from the Zeon. How does it compare with the original Zaku? This Zaku has a generally rounder design. The placement of the pipe-like parts is also different. You can see it has a quite different design. The arms of the Zaku warrior combine features from the Zeon's and Freedom Gundam's arms, significantly different from the original Zaku. The waist looks like the Freedom Gundam's design, with added pipes. Compared to the original Zaku, the waist design is also different. It's closer to the Gundam type. The chest appears to be a combination of the gates and Freedom Gundam's designs. The exhaust-like parts are not present on the original Zaku. What about the head? It's very similar to the Zeon's design. It looks like the Zeon's head with the large sensor removed and pipes added. The placement of the pipes is also significantly different from the original Zaku. A subtle but important element is the position of the mono eye. The Zen and gates have a design where the mono eye is somewhat hidden behind the head armor. However, the Zaku warrior's mono eye is not as concealed. Don't you feel that this small element creates a significantly different impression from the Zen and gates? A careful observation reveals that it strongly inherits the design of ZAFT's mobile suits. When the Zaku warrior was revealed, many fans of the Seed series were confused by the sudden appearance of the Zaku. This confusion was exactly what Mr. Okawara intended. At first glance, fans might have been deluded into thinking that the original Zaku was resurrected. I feel that the design of the Zaku warrior is like a mirage created by a top-class professional, incredibly cool. Another feature is the shield's position on the opposite shoulder compared to the original Zaku. There is an episode behind this arrangement. Mr. Okawara originally designed the original Zaku's shield to be on the left shoulder. Due to miscommunication among the staff, it appeared with the shield on the right shoulder. The exact details of this mix-up are unknown. One theory suggests that during the creation of the Ani's setting materials, the shield was temporarily flipped to the right shoulder to avoid obscuring the head. However, the accuracy of this theory is uncertain. The Zaku often carries a machine gun or bazooka in its right arm. Upon reflection, it seems more logical to defend with the unarmed left shoulder to reduce the risk of weapon damage. Indeed, prioritizing reality in the design would mean placing the shield on the left shoulder. What do you think? And so, in the Zaku warrior, the shield is placed on the opposite side compared to the original Zaku. After about 25 years, the Zaku warrior finally achieved Mr. Okawara's original vision. However, the shield also features spikes to enhance running power. While altering the design, it also inherits the tradition of Zaku's using the left shoulder for running. The Zaku warrior inherits the design of the ZAFT Army's mobile suits and represents an evolution from the original Zaku created by designer Mr. Kunio Okawara. It embodies both inheritance and evolution. The ZAFT Army achieved tremendous success with mobile suits like the Zeon. They further advanced their technology by capturing the GATX series from the Earth Alliance. This eventually led to the creation of the ultimate mobile suits, the Freedom and Justice. However, ZAFT leaders never believed that just these two mobile suits, the Freedom and Justice, could single-handedly win the war. Of course, we as viewers know the immense impact these two Gundams had on the war. This outcome was exceptional, and most military personnel didn't think that a single soldier or weapon could change the course of a battle. In the Seed series, characters like Dwayne Halberton and in the Seed Stray series Kate Madigan refer to the idea of a single soldier changing the tide of war as arrogance or a pipe dream. Therefore, there was a rush to complete new ZAFT mobile suits incorporating the technology of the Freedom and Justice. This led to the birth of the mass-produced prototype Zaku. This model was created as part of a mass production plan for mobile suits equipped with neutron jammer killers. Its model number is ZGMF-999A, also known as 39 Zaku. In fact, it underwent combat testing immediately after the final battle, depicted in Gundam Seed. Piloted by Courtney Hiriayas, who would later become a test pilot for the Chaos Gundam, it destroyed over 10 Dagger L units in a short time. In Japanese, the number 9 is pronounced as Q, which sounds like the word for old. The original Zaku's formal name is Zaku 2, and there were older models of Zaku. These older models are referred to as Q-Zaku. Interestingly, 39 Zaku is sometimes called Q-Zaku, a joke coined by the staff. Returning to the Zaku Warrior, it had to undergo design changes due to the Junius Treaty, which prohibits the use of nuclear technology in warfare. Its engine was changed to a battery system, and it was equipped with the adaptable wizard system. The wizard system was developed based on the study of the strongest mobile suit in the Seed War, the Stray Gundam. We plan to produce a program on the wizard system next time. Stay tuned! The name Zaku is an abbreviation of ZAFT, Armored Keeper of Unity. It was created by converging many technologies to protect ZAFT and integrating technology from the enemy's GATX series. Its performance is set to surpass that of the GATX series. The Zaku Warrior demonstrated performance comparable to the Stray Gundam in the TV anime. Combined with its thruster capabilities, it significantly outperformed the earlier generation mobile suit, the Gates. In the TV anime, a scene shows a Zaku lying on the ground, swiftly dodging an attack from the Gaia Gundam by flipping upright and counterattacking with a kick. This kick significantly disrupted the Gaia Gundam's posture, showing enough power for real combat effectiveness. A notable feature of the Zaku Warrior is the absence of the sensor array, a large antenna equipped on the heads of the Zeon and Gates. This is due to a prioritization of camera visuals over sensor detection in close-range mobile suit combat. Later in Sea Destiny, the Zaku Warrior alongside the Galphic Knighted and the Dome Trooper competed for the position of ZAFT's next main mobile suit. Ultimately, the Zaku Warrior was officially adopted as ZAFT's main mass production mobile suit. Its model number, 1000, is also read as New Millennium, and the Zaku series was nicknamed the New Millennium series. It was deployed as a proud ZAFT soldier, leading front into a millennium of glory. However, in Christianity, millennialism is a belief in a final war, with Satan after 1,000 years of peace. The name embedded in the Zaku could be seen as preferring both glory and impending trials. The Zaku Phantom, a commander version of the Zaku Warrior, also exists. It has enhanced communication command and control, and information processing capabilities due to additional antennas on its head. Its defensive capabilities were also enhanced by equipping shields on both shoulders. While its overall performance remains similar to the Zaku Warrior, some sources say it was strengthened by replacing parts with higher precision components. The Zaku Phantom was not only issued to commanders but also prioritized for its pilots. Additionally, the Zaku was also utilized as a testbed for the Impulse Gundam's combination and transformation system. A model known as Zaku Splendor was manufactured to conduct tests for the Impulse Gundam's design. The Zaku Splendor was capable of both separation and combination, but it wasn't designed with flying in mind, particularly lacking in aerodynamics. However, it was the data gathered from the Zaku Splendor that led to the birth of the Impulse Gundam. Considering this history, it's fair to say that the Zaku Warrior can be regarded as a sibling of the Impulse Gundam. Let's take a look at the equipment of the Zaku Warrior, showcasing the capabilities of ZAFT's latest mobile suit. Firstly, the primary weapon is the 633 beam assault rifle. A noticeable feature is its shoulder barrel. Comparing it to the Gates' weapon, the size difference is quite apparent. It's designed for close to mid-range shooting battles, enhancing rapid-fire capabilities at the expense of reducing beam power. However, its destructive power is well preserved. When the Gaia Gundam defended with its beam-coated shield, it was significantly destabilized by the impact. There are also scenes where it defeats the Earth Alliance's main mobile suit, the Dagger L, in one shot. Its rapid-fire ability is effectively used in a battle against the Sinha Maneuver 2 type, where it cripples the legs and then destroys the cockpit. A point of weakness for ZAFT's army is their fewer numbers in personnel and weaponry compared to the Earth Alliance. The rapid-fire capability of this weapon is designed to counter this, allowing it to engage multiple enemy units simultaneously. Another significant feature is the circular magazine-like component. This is a cartridge filled with energy for the beam. By using this, the Zaku can fire without using the energy from the mobile suit's battery. In contrast, Earth Alliance's mobile suits use energy from their batteries for beam rifles. This detail showcases the advanced technology of ZAFT's army. Next are the hand grenades, equipped on the side armor of the waist. They are thrown using the Zaku's arms. The grenades come in various types, like flash, smoke, incendiary, high explosive, and standard fragmentation. They didn't have much screen time in the TV anime. The bomb-throwing armament, a reminiscent of the original Zaku, feels nostalgically familiar. Interestingly, these grenades have the characteristic that they are unlikely to detonate unless they are put into attack mode. This isn't elaborated on in the show, but you can see grenades remaining on the waist of Aslan Zaku after re-entering the atmosphere. Considering the heat causing nearby objects to explode or disintegrate, this speaks to their remarkable durability. Then there's the MAN, 8-beam tomahawk, a close combat weapon stored in the shield. It can be thrown at enemies while generating a beam. Unlike a beam boomerang, it doesn't return to the mobile suit. Interestingly, it also has a mechanism to generate a beam blade from the center of the handle. However, this feature wasn't used in the TV anime and is rarely mentioned in the materials. My own encyclopedia resource shows it with the blade activated from the center. Director Mitsuo Fukuda says the tomahawk is perceived as a weapon to be thrown at enemies, and indeed it is often thrown in the TV anime. Throwing tomahawks is a trope in classic Japanese robot anime, like Gedarobo. Gedarobo's combination mechanism was attractive to toy manufacturers, influencing the original Gundam to incorporate the combination mechanism. The Impulse Gundam inherited this mechanism from Gedarobo. And so, the Zaku warrior inherits the method of throwing the tomahawk as an attack. The shield, a defensive equipment, is also vital. It is coded to defend against beam weapons, and can even withstand the latest ZAFT weapon, the Bakra Beam Saber. However, it can be destroyed, along with the arm, if subjected to powerful beam attacks. The Zaku warrior lost an arm to the Abyss Gundam's beam cannon. The shield is equipped with spikes, enhancing the power of ramming attacks. It can destabilize even the superior Gaia Gundam with its power. The sturdy shield also enables the Zaku warrior to enter the Earth's atmosphere. Though theoretically possible, it's not highly recommended. In the TV anime, Aslan Zaku warrior performed atmospheric entry. The mobile suit suffered damage, and the instruments malfunctioned after re-entry, with the shield itself lost. The original Zaku did not have the capability for atmospheric entry and would burn up along with its pilot. It's a moving scene to see a Zaku complete atmospheric entry, transcending time. Furthermore, this shield can store spare weapons. It can hold 2 beam assault rifle cartridges and the beam tomahawk. The Zaku Phantom, equipped with 2 shields, can carry double this amount. There's also a scene where it uses the spikes on the right shoulder to perform a running attack, knocking down the Abyss Gundam to save the Impulse Gundam in a pinch. It seems that the Zaku can also use standard ZAFT mobile suit weapons used by the Zeon. In Sea Destiny, there's a scene where it's equipped with a bazooka for underwater combat. It might be interesting to try arming a Zaku warrior model with other ZAFT mobile suit weapons. Let's review the Zaku warrior's performance in action. There are many scenes where it is equipped with the additional wizard system, but there are also moments where it shines without it. The Zaku warrior begins combat even before the main mobile suit, the Impulse Gundam. Its pilot is the enigmatic Alex Dino. Who exactly is he? His identity is a complete mystery. In Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, the sequel to the original Gundam, Shara's Alama race rival appeared wearing sunglasses and using the alias Quattro Bachir. Perhaps Alex is also someone important using a pseudonym. In War in the Pocket, there's a Gundam named Alex that the Zaku disables. This scene left a strong impression on fans as the first time in animation where a Zaku defeats a Gundam. The scenario where Alex and the Zaku team up to confront the new Gundam is quite intriguing. When the new Gundam is stolen, chaos ensues at the ZAFT military base. Amidst the flames, Alex, accompanied by Kagali Uraather, enters the cockpit of the Zaku. The Zaku warrior stands up. This scene might remind some of the Stray Gundam from the previous series, Gundam Seed. Longtime fans might even recall the original Gundam standing up, with the heat venting from its chest being strikingly similar. It's a moment where after a long time, the Zaku makes a triumphant return. In the world of TV Annie, Alex's piloted Zaku warrior challenges the new Gundam. It evades the Gaia Gundam's beam rifle. In the TV Annie, it's not explained much, but in the Seed series, beam rifle projectiles travel at speed close to the speed of light. Therefore, it's almost impossible to observe the fired shot and evade it. Skilled pilots like Guy Murakumo and Kate Madigan from the Astray spin-off series constantly watch the enemy's muzzle and anticipate when to fire, then dodge. After evading, the Zaku warrior immediately performs a running attack. Alex had been closely observing the Gundam prior to piloting the Zaku. They probably analyzed the beam rifle's firing speed and decided to attack when the opponent was unable to attack. This ramming causes the Gaia Gundam to drop and lose its beam rifle. The Gaia Gundam doesn't fall down, but retreats backward. It seems the objective wasn't to make the opponent fall, but to target the arm and disarm the rifle. It's the tactic of a seasoned pilot. Who really is Alex? To intercept the beam saber-equipped Gaia Gundam, the Zaku warrior activates its beam tomahawk. It seems the Zaku warrior isn't equipped with the beam assault rifle. The Zaku effectively uses its shield to defend against the Gaia Gundam's beam saber, but it's overpowered and sent flying. The Zaku warrior's left arm is then cut off by the intervening Chaos Gundam. In a highly dangerous situation, it's saved by Shinas's piloted co-Splendor. The Sword Impulse Gundam engages the new Gundam, but it's a tough 3-on-1 situation. To save the Impulse, the Zaku warrior topples the Abyss Gundam with a running attack and throws its beam tomahawk at the Gaia Gundam, rescuing the impulse. Alex, with the injured Kagalia bolt, retreats from the battlefield. In their first fight, facing 3 powerful Gundams, victory was not achieved. However, the collaboration of Gundam and Zaku in battle delivered a profound shock to many viewers. It was a battle signifying a new evolution in the history of the Gundam series. Did the charm of the Zaku warrior come across to you? What I find fascinating is that while it closely resembles the original Zaku, a thorough observation reveals it strongly inherits the characteristics of ZAFT's mobile suits. It's interesting to see how it incorporates features from the Zingates and the Freedom. The ability to change equipment with the Wizard system is another great appeal. I'll be discussing the Wizard in more detail in the next program. Suddenly, we have an emergency situation. A new Gundam has been stolen near your house. Hurry and board the Zaku warrior to Sobi. Unfortunately, the beam assault rifle has been lost. You need to use close combat to subdue the 3 new Gundam units. Press the subscribe button to start the engine. Use the like button to stand up. And execute a running attack with the bell button. Don't worry, you can surely win. For the sake of ZAFT.